She didn't win the election.
I love you back.
But Diedre DeJear did make an impact on this night, unlike any other in Iowa.
It was to ensure that each and every eligible voter had equal access to the ballot box.
Screenshot after screenshot showed Democratic Party candidates, mostly women, taking the lead all election night. Most notably, Cindy Axne, who unseated GOP incumbent David Young, and Abby Finkenauer, who beat Republican Ron Blum, also an incumbent. Both candidates now make it into the history books by being the first women to represent Iowa in the U.S. House of Representatives. 92 women were on the ballot this midterm election in Iowa. That's up more than 40% from 2016.
Because when it comes to Washington, corporations and special interests, boy, they've had their time. They have a seat at the table, but now it's time for Iowans to have a voice.
Diedre DeJear was beating incumbent Secretary of State Paul Pate early on election night. It was a real nail-biter for family and friends waiting in the wings. When the rural votes came in just before midnight, the first woman of color to be a major party nominee for a state office in Iowa took to the stage for her concession speech.
We came up a little short. But how about this turnout, Iowa?
Voter turnout is important to DeJear, as voter equality was a cornerstone of her campaign.
I'm Diedre DeJear, and I'm running for Secretary of State because as an Iowan, you deserve to have your vote counted.
Dr. Kelly Winfrey says the DeJear candidacy illustrates a unique campaign with its own set of challenges.
Mobilizing young voters to be interested in a Secretary of State's race is not the easiest thing to do, but I think she's done a pretty good job of that. She's an African-American woman, and that in and of itself embodies something different than what we have now.
And different is what many young voters want in Iowa.
Let's go back to being kind. I think we need a little bit of that.
There are many, many reasons why students are going to be voting this fall: climate change, education funding, healthcare.
We may go to every march that we can possibly attend, and those things may make us feel good in the moment, but I tell you, it's a Band-Aid. The cure to every issue that we have right now, those issues that are going through your mind, the cure to those issues is our ability to go to the ballot box and say yay or nay to him or her.
This big event on the eve of midterms also brought out big headliners for DeJear and her Democratic Party colleagues.
Discrimination is wrong, that we all share a common humanity.
Throughout her campaign, DeJear made trips across the Hawkeye State to small-town meetings, some with relatively small gatherings held in places like this corner bar, even talking to lifelong Republicans.
They're people you just approach with the understanding that they think you're a stranger and you open yourself up to them to have a conversation.
DeJear runs a small business in Des Moines, and it's her first run at political office, but she's no stranger to politics. While in college, DeJear was a student leader for presidential candidate Barack Obama in 2008. DeJear is not saying whether or not she'll run again for any political office, but DeJear does say there's nothing like the power of the vote. That's likely to continue to be her passion and purpose, perhaps launching what's yet to come.
This is just the start. This is just the start. No longer will we settle for menial turnout. No longer will we settle for our Secretary of State not reaching out to all communities. No longer. Because we know what's possible. Let's hold on to each other. Let's hold on to our values. And let's never, ever forget the value of the vote. Never.
In Des Moines, Grace Provenzano with Hollie Schlesselman from the Greenlee School of Journalism and Mass Communication at Iowa State University.